Cool. Okay.
Also, maybe something to add. It's not going to be, this isn't going to be like part of your admission process. So, like, feel free to like freely share your opinions. When I ask like perspective on different schools and stuff, we're not going to like send it off to anybody.
Yeah.
So just please know that.
Yeah, it's more for feedback. Exactly. Good
And to
point.
confirm, none of us have designed this website. We're just here to improve it. And what we really want to learn from this session is how to improve the recruitment process for high school students or students interested in studying at AMPD. We want to make the process easier. We want to make sure the right information is available, and things like that. So that's the premise behind this.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So I'm going to ask a string of like, there's some broad questions here, and then there's some like really specific questions. I'm going to start with, let's see. Okay. What other universities? It's a here more specific question. What other universities are you planning to considering to attend, or was it only York University that you were thinking of there?
As I said, I've been looking at other universities, but maybe something near Toronto. But I
Uh-huh.
think I've been really interested in York, so I've been more focused on that.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Here's a bit of a broader one now. Um, what in your mind, and you're interested in film, right? So what in your mind makes good film? Like what does that mean to you? What does good film art mean to you? It's a really broad question, actually, but I just really wanted to kind of like read into that, if you could share.
I consider creativity is like one of the most important things. But I know it's not a specific answer, but I think that is like the basis of all the process.
Like the creative process, right? Like the creativity being the most like the important part. And I should have done film myself. Like I keep telling like my friends, and I think Kareem maybe a bit knows about this, but like I wish I went into film actually because of the ability to express. So I find myself actually going back and creating film and doing film, even though I'm not directly in film. Yeah, so I do resonate with that there. And what kind of motivates you to create, to be in film, to create art? Is there anything you can speak on in that regard? Maybe.
I'm really interested in storytelling, so I think that is what motivates me to tell interesting stories about normal people. I find it really interesting.
Okay. Stories about like normal people. So kind of like have you seen like Humans of New York? Do you know that photo series? Humans of New York. It's like it's kind of like everyday people telling stories about everyday people, very slice of life. So I just thought you'd like come to mind when you mentioned that there. Okay, so how do you expect university to prepare you for your career? Like, what do you think York is going to give you that might kind of help you with the career?
I think would help me in a way that I know to familiarizing myself with the world of media and all that.
Hmm. Cool. Okay. Um, let's see. So cool. So next, we're actually going to play around with the website. This part's kind of fun. Um, so if you're on a desktop computer, and you can share with us your screen, I'm going to send you a link, right? And we're going to give you some instructions on how to go through the website. And we'd love you to do what we call like a talk out loud. So basically, or think out loud, which is basically you go through the website, right? There's an instruction we're going to give you to follow there. and then you kind of like tell us what's going on in your mind as you go through it. Like, oh yeah, this okay, I'm clicking on this. Oh, that's annoying that does this. Oh, that reminds me of this. Oh, this color is interesting, or like whatever's on your mind as you're going through the website, just to kind of like think it out loud, and no judgment on whatever you say about what you see there. So I'm going to send you a link to this chat. Let me know if you can see it there. And then if you could click on it, and then click on share screen at the bottom over there. And then just share your screen. Just take your time with it. Cool. Okay, we see it.
My screen.
Yeah, we see it. Cool.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, click on the exactly. Okay, so here's a brief. You are a student looking to get into the film program, your film program. You want to learn more about what the program offers and figure out what the next step should be in order to apply. So yeah, just feel free to talk out loud and tell us what you see and what it makes you think.
Well, the first thing I did was click on admissions because I don't know. Then how to apply? I think that was my first option. And I don't know what to tell you guys. What should I say?
Anything that you think could be even improved, like that comes to mind, or like really, yeah, anything that you see that you think can be improved so far in that process of going to how to apply?
Well, I think the website is really user-friendly. I haven't had any problems with this. So there you can go to your program you're interested in. I don't know, for example, this one. Yeah, well, here I don't know where can I find information. Maybe just here for admissions.
Cool. And then so, yeah, walk us through like what you would be looking for, like in aggregate, in order to kind of like apply. So you go directly to how apply, and then you're going to go through there, winter 2022.
Well, I've been looking for the option of international students because I'm currently living in Argentina, so I couldn't find that option at first, so I kept looking for that.
So you're looking for more information for international students and you can't find it. Okay. So then where would you go? Where do you imagine you'd go now that you can't seem to find it yet?
Maybe here.
If anywhere at all.
Yeah, I don't really know, but I think I found information somewhere, but I don't remember.
Okay. And okay, so what types of like information are you looking for international students? Is there something specific, or you're more so looking for to know that there is information tailored towards you as an international student?
I think mainly specific requirements.
Okay, actual specific requirements for international students there. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so that's interesting to note that it's actually a bit hard to find that. I didn't think that myself. Cool. And so at this point, right, like you haven't really found in like specific information, admission requirements for international students. Um, what would you do to find like where would you go next if you really wanted to find more info for international students? Like what I'm curious, yeah, like what would be your next step now? That like it's okay, it's not on this website. It doesn't seem like it's on this website, like or it doesn't seem like it's there at least right here. Is there a next step at all, or is it like, okay, like this is kind of frustrating. Let me not even consider. I don't know.
I search like specific words on Google, so that helped. So that's how I got information. But I'm not really sure about that. I'm still looking for it.
Mm. Okay, so you would go then through Google, and have you found it through Google, what you were looking for?
Yes, but it wasn't really specific because there are a bunch of things, and so I
Okay,
need to see something more specific.
cool. So you've then gone through Google to search for information and specifically for international students, and you haven't found things specifically speaking to you there. Cool. Yeah. Um, Kareem, is there content, relevant
Not as
content?
much as there should be. There's not as intentional international stuff on our site as much as there is on the main York U site. And I think that's something we'll have to note as well. Can I ask, how did you find out about York?
Excuse me?
How did you find out about York University and the film program?
Because some people went to my school this year because I haven't finished high school.
Yeah. Okay. We're just wondering because like it's always interesting to hear how international students find out about York, because we do recruit all over the world. We have agents and we have recruitment officers in every continent, but that's really interesting.
To your friends.
Yeah.
Cool.
Our international student support services very important to you?
Yeah, because sometimes we can't find right information. Because me and my friend we were looking for information and she kind of gave up or something like that, and she didn't keep looking for the information.
If there is something on that homepage that you would want to see that would make you want to apply more, is there anything that jumps out at you that's important for international students or a high school student to see on the website that would help you apply? Do you want like the steps there? Do you prefer more program specific information? And one last question to add on to that: do you follow any of our social media?
I think what you said, because I think that specific information, the steps, that would be really useful. But I don't know, I haven't looked to social media.
And out of the to add on to Kareem's point, they're like if there's uh, if there's different types of content that you see on the website, right? I think Nicole, you were curious about this too. Like, what types of content would you like to see? Would you want to see a student life? Would you want to see like art of previous students that was made? Would you like to see like maybe like opportunities that students get after they go to York? Maybe like photos and pictures of campus. Like what is to you important to see on the landing page or in general in your selection process?
I think it's student life and how's life in campus, because some of us are going to transfer there, so we're going to spend some time in that city, and I'd like to know how is that going to be.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And so, just want to dig into that a bit. Like, so campus life, meaning like, kind of like in-class experiences or like extracurricular experiences, or more like I don't know, like maps of the school, or like I don't know, like what can you explain to me what you meant by that? Like, or just like really broadly, all like a collection of everything, kind of like, or what's most important to you?
Curricular experience and life in class.
Right.
How's the methodology, or how are the teachers and something like that?
Cool.
Can I ask, are you considering any schools in the States, or is Toronto as a city a big factor in applying here?
No, the city was not a big factor. I was just looking for the right program.
Okay.
Cool. Cool. So the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to check out some mock-ups, some designs, and then Nicole, feel free to jump in like wherever specifically you'd like to feedback on things. But I'm gonna go through the designs, and then would love some feedback on like what kind of like pops out at you and what you prefer. Okay. Uh, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Cool. Okay. So this is A, this is B, and this is C. Let me expand it here. Cool. A, B, C. All right. Which one immediately do you gravitate towards?
I really like the first one because it's like the links are just there. When you enter, it's like easy to access. But the second one is like visually. I like that one. I like that one too visually.
So you like the organization of the buttons on the first one, and the visual kind of like, is it this the red, green, blue kind of like visual that you like? This one pops out to me.
Yes, and the pictures below.
All right. Cool. And so like when you're on this design here, like what do you immediately want to click towards? What do you where do you go next? Your mouse is here. You just land on this page. Where are you clicking? Where are you going?
Future students,
Right.
maybe, or apply now.
Future students for apply now. Okay. Um, yeah, that's basically it then. If you have any additional like feedback in general for like how we should design, um, I think the big thing was we need to be more clear. There's information for like international students. Um, is there anything else that would really kind of like elevate your experience of your online experience of York and help you with the selection process, understanding like that it's probably making up a big part of your decision, considering that you're making a decision from Argentina?
Well, I think I've said it all, guys. I think the site is really, really easy to access. I've visited it because I wanted more information about the courses, and it's been really helpful.
Can I ask, when you're searching Google, what would you type in to find our programs or information? Like if you were looking for programs, like if you were looking for information for international students at York, what would you be putting into search?
At first I put just York, and okay, it didn't work. But then I put international students York. That's all I did.
Okay.
And that's how I got information.
And let's say you do apply down the line. would you start checking social media? Would you just still resort to the website? Would you go on YouTube to look for videos? Like, let's say you do apply, what would be the next step for you to learn more? Is it to keep on the website, or is it to go towards channels and finding content from the school or for students and things like that?
I've watched some YouTube videos.
Okay.
I think for Life on Campus, I think there is some of that. And yeah, they were really interesting. But I don't know if I would check social media because I don't know. I think that there I would find really useful information.
Okay. I don't have. Does anyone else have any questions, Sarah or Nicole?
Just one question. Looking at pursuing the arts, you don't necessarily need to go to post-secondary to do that, right? Some people become filmmakers, never step foot on campus. So why do you feel like a calling to do post-secondary education, whether that's university or college, in the arts? Like, what are you hoping to gain from doing that? There's a lot of great things you can. But just wondering what you specifically are looking to get.
I think the information college can give me is really important because I think everyone says that okay, you can find it's not like really difficult to find information about arts on the internet, but it really is because you can find some information, but it's not the right information. So maybe also getting some connections would help, or I don't know. It's always helpful to have the teacher guiding you. So I think that's something really important that college can give me.
Awesome. Thank you for that. And also just one more. You mentioned a few great things that you're looking for in a post-secondary program. You mentioned like life in the city. You mentioned professors, connections. What would you say are your top 3 things that you're looking for university, or top 3 factors you're considering? Like everything through scholarships, to professors, to clubs. What are the top 3 things that will let you know that you've made the right choice, that this university is the right fit for you?
Professors, extracurricular activities, and the projects.
Like the courses that you would take and what you learn in the courses? Okay, perfect. Awesome. Thank you.
Nicole, did you have anything?
Oh, I think we touched on a lot. That was really helpful. One thing I'm curious about, if you spent some time on the program-specific page on the site, it's the CMA page. I can drop a link to it in the chat as well, and I'm just curious what you think of the design of it, the flow, and if there's any information that is missing to you that you would be looking for. I'm just going to drop it here. Okay. You might have already been on this page, especially if you're interested in film, but this is kind of like the department homepage almost, that has all the information that's related to the program.
Well, I think first of all, the design is really beautiful. I really like it because of all the graphics and content, also the pictures. Yes, I think we can access information really easy here. So yes, I really like it. Yes, I've visited this link before, I think.
Yeah, my friend Kat actually is in the landing page that you see, so I can connect you with them, and they can you can share and you can ask them questions if you'd like as well. I'm just realizing now that
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Danielle, what I'll do is I'll send an email directly to you and our recruitment officer, and she can walk you through the application process and all the things that you would need, just so you have all that information and a direct line of contact with her. I think having a chat with her this week, if you have the time, will make sure you have all the time you need to prepare supplementary evaluation. Or she can talk you through other programs that do have film-related and video-related activities like integrative arts that might also be a good fit. So just you'll get an email tonight from me, just introducing you to Sadie, and then she'll do a one-on-one with you about the whole process. But what I would say is definitely attend that session that Nicole dropped in there, because while Sadie is fantastic and she can answer pretty much everything you'll need to know about applying and about our school, there will be an actual professor at the information session that will be able to answer more curriculum-based, what the courses will be like, those kind of questions at that session specifically.
Thank you so much.
Cool. Yeah, well, thanks for the time. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. And yeah, best of luck with everything, and have yourself a great day or night, whatever your time zone is.
You're only an hour ahead.
Oh, true. Nice.
Thank you so much, you guys. It was really nice to meet you.
Thank you. We hope to see you next year.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.